Hey guys, so I've been keeping my eye open for tiny wood surfaces on which to paint tiny landscapes, and I came across these weird little wall hooks at the dollar store. My plan was to remove the silly hook and just paint the base with these nice little hangers on them, but I thought, like, what if I kept the hook on and turned this tiny piece of art into something with actual function? Okay, assuming that these hooks would somehow be functional. I'm a little skeptical of a hook that can swing. If you've ever used a pegboard without fasteners, you'd know this feeling well. I just don't know if it's gonna work. Why tiny landscapes? So in 2020, I quickly and joyfully annihilated this 600-page sketchbook. And one of my favorite things to do in it was to fill the page with a landscape and then incorporate in hand-drawn text. Just like as a way to practice combining the two and also practice lettering. I never really got good at drawing aesthetically pleasing text, but there's something disgustingly cathartic about it. Like, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and only a few words are needed to paint a relatable picture. But both of them together, like particularly in juxtaposition, is just powerful, right? So when doing those sketchbook pages, I was practicing drawing block letters, just using lyrics in my favorite music or phrases I really liked in books that I was reading at the time. And when you place those on top of just like a boring landscape or a cityscape, it gives them a weird additional context. I guess in the process, it kind of felt like I was pouring out my frustrations, even though I was just drawing a landscape and just practicing my letters. And because of that, it's something that I'm going to continue to do in my sketchbook. If only like writing little journal passages or helpful details about the things that I was drawing. Because a sketchbook with images is great, but like a sketchbook with words, just delicious. In much the same way that a really interesting title can turn a painting into a story. And I used this as a theme for a miniature painting show last year. And I made 6 tiny little pieces with reworked phrases that turned these generic little landscapes into something kind of moody and foreboding. They sort of imitated that experience of going out on vacation, taking a walk, and just trying to enjoy this peaceful scenery, but you're constantly being interrupted by your intruding human fears and anxieties. And honestly, I thought that maybe they would be too moody, but surprisingly, visitors seem to enjoy them as much as I really enjoyed making them. And so now I'm making them again. And like the bee paintings, I wanted to combine that little bit of paper toll that I use with a shiny resin finish, because if I do end up putting the hooks back on these, I want this painting to be able to take a little beating, you know? I was curious to know if this craft wood would be able to take a dark stain, because I thought maybe it would look classier. But I'm not sure if it came out better or worse than the original light color. Let me know in the comments which way works better, because I honestly don't know if I should do that again. And yeah, so this is the result of the first one. Tell me what you think. Do you think I should put the hooks back on? I'm still not sure if these would actually be functional as a hook for anything that is frequently used or heavy, because I would think the potential lifting and swinging would be super annoying, but some things worked better than others, so let me know what you think. And thanks for subscribing to my channel. I make a new art video every Thursday. I also sell original art, sketchbooks, really nice prints, handmade calendars, pet commissions, and even some one-of-a-kind wearable art jewelry. I also have a sketchbook club on Patreon, where we fill our sketchbooks according to a theme, and some tiers even get original sketches mailed to them.